Hey guys, it's Russell from Zanvak. Today we're going to show you how to clamp and sharpen a small Swiss Army knife using the single clamp on the Tsprof Kadet system. Let's get into it. Okay guys, we're going to show you how to clamp a knife like a Swiss Army knife. Very small blade, only about 6 or 7 centimeters long, and the width of it is probably no more than a centimeter itself. So we don't have a lot of room to clamp with. The clamps that come standard with the Kadet system probably aren't gonna do the job that we need them to do. So what we can do is we can bring in the single clamp into the equation. So I'll show you how to mount that up. So we undo the standard clamps from the Kadet. Same principle with the screw at the back. Then the single clamp, which is available on our website, mounts directly onto the Kadet system. This is the same clamp that the KO3 system comes with as well. So they do have the same mounting design. Quite straightforward to mount up. So there's 2 different Allen keys required to tighten the knife down. First one's the front ones, that determines your width of the blade. So you can see there, we've got that play there. You can loosen off a little bit more, but there isn't a huge amount of thread to play with. So this is designed for smaller, thinner blades. Then once we've got the clamp position of the knife done, we'll tighten this rear screw to apply pressure onto the blade. So we'll lock that back in, get our blade, put it up into the clamp position. You don't need a lot of blade into the system because once we apply pressure on this back screw, it does apply a fair bit of pressure to the front of the system. So all we need here is our Allen key, find a position that we're happy with, put it in the clamp. You don't need to go super hard with these screws, they're just holding it in place. That's what this screw is for, it's for applying extra pressure. So the Allen key goes in, not even a full turn, and we now have a very solid mounting position for this Victorinox knife. Just be sure before you start sharpening that when you have your sharpening stone in the stone holder that you are getting no interference between the blade bevel and the clamp itself. Once you've confirmed that it's not hitting, you can start sharpening at your desired angle. If you find that you are just hitting the actual edge of the blade, then you might need to try and position the knife further away from the pivot point here. Okay guys, we've got the Swiss Army knife set up in the single clamps. Because the blade is so small, it didn't fit with the standard whole mill clamps that the Kadet comes with. This Swiss Army knife has never been sharpened before. We're going to sharpen it at 20 degrees. We think that's a good angle for just everyday carry use and so forth, cutting rope, little twigs and so forth, fruit. We can see that the bevel itself is almost non-existent. It's not even sharp at all. Can't even cut myself. And it has a small little tiny belly. So we've set this up appropriately for what we want to achieve. We've got it nicely set inside the single clamp. We've screwed these down to a good tension and then added extra tension with this back screw. We're going to start off with a coarse diamond plate because there is essentially no bevel. So we'll start setting a bevel and then we'll work our way up to a leather strop as a final sharpening grip. Okay, we've now put a bevel on this side. We're going to check to see if we've got a burr, which we do. You can hear that the cloth is getting grabbed by that burr. So I'm happy to flip this over and do the same process on the other side until we have apexed and we have a burr on both sides. Then we can start progressing higher up in our grits. We're going to clean the blade down and then confirm we've drawn a burr on the back side as well, which we have. So we'll flip it over, give one light stroke just to remove that burr, clean it down, and then we'll change out our stones to the next grit. Now going up to a median grit diamond plate, and then we'll proceed to sharpen at this angle still. You can see now that we do have a nice even bevel all the way along. Previously we had almost no bevel to even match any angle with. This single clamp is really great for things like Leathermans, Swiss Army knives, opiniel, small folding knives, anything that has a very small and narrow spine and width of blade as well. Confirm we've got a burr still. Fantastic. Flip it over and do the other side. Check out burr. Fantastic. One clean stroke on the other side. And now we're going to change grit stones. And we'll finish this one up on a fine grit diamond stone. Check our burr. Flip it over. Burr on that side. Finish on one stroke. Now we're going to clean the blade down really well. Make sure not to cut yourself because the blade is already quite sharp. So just cleaning up any metal filings that remain. Now we're going to fit up our unloaded cow leather strop. The strop that we have here is the same thickness as the diamond plate, so we don't need to compensate for any thickness changes. So in terms of setting the angle, we'll just maintain it how it is. With stropping, we're always drawing away from the edge of the blade. We're never going in, otherwise we'll cut into our leather strop, which can be an expensive mistake. So we're just going to do trailing edge strokes. Not too heavy. Do about 10 per side. Flip the blade over and do the other side as well. We'll finish with one final stroke on the other side. Just very lightly, just pretty much only the weight of the strop. Do a quick cutting test. As you can see, that's now razor sharp. Alright guys, I hope you've now learned how to sharpen a Swiss Army knife on on the Tsprof Kadet system using the single clamp setup. If you've liked today's video, make sure to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Hit that notifications bell. If you like any of the equipment that we've used today, make sure to visit zanvak.com.au.